Hello everybody.
Hello.
So,
Hi.
well, surprise, we're in Cornwall.
We're on holiday.
We're on. You can tell So's very excited by this.
Yeah.
We are today to do on a beautiful evening, summer's evening, as we're recording this, St Anthony's Head Coastal Battery, and I'm going to tell you the history. We're not going to have a history lesson. I'm going to talk you through it, but stay with us because it's a beautiful little coastal battery. We've done a few on this channel, but we're doing Cornwall.
Yeah.
And it's literally adjacent, which works against St Mawes, which is over on the other side.
Yeah.
So yeah, stay tuned. Come on. Hello everybody, welcome back to St Anthony's Head Coastal Battery. Beautiful, beautiful evening today. Couldn't have wished for a better place and better time to record and to be in Cornwall. Glorious, glorious day today. So let me tell you about the history of this wonderful coastal battery because it's related to St Mawes on the opposite side, but for today we're going to purely focus on the actual battery here itself, and then what we're going to do is we're going to explore it afterwards properly for you. So basically, the coastal battery was built in 1895 to 97, so 1897, to defend the estuary, the River Fal, which obviously is short for Falmouth, and originally installed with two BL, which are breech loading 6-inch Mark 6 naval guns, and then they were replaced in 1903 to 1904 with some breech loader BL, as we know it, a 6-inch Mark 6-7 naval guns, and they remained in place until 1924, and then after a period of care and maintenance, the battery was rearmed during World War II with two 6-inch 7 guns, which also basically just kept getting upgraded with their mark really. And then what was interesting with this was that there was an addition of ordnance quick fire, or QF, 3-pounder Vickers, which was sort of placed just nearby. And then basically what happened was the battery then served as an examination battery, which is basically worked with ships. As that's another story for another day, but we'll come to that at some other point, alongside the Half Moon battery at Pendennis Castle. And then basically what happened was that following the dissolution of coastal batteries in the United Kingdom in 1956, where basically most of them were sort of disarmed because we felt that we weren't actually under threat of invasion, the battery's two gun emplacements were infilled in rubble and earth. And then this one particularly was acquired by National Trust in 1959. And then what was nice, which is where we are, was the eastern gun emplacement was excavated and restored as part of a Unlocking Coastal Heritage project to increase the economic value of the southwest coastal path by protecting and enhancing heritage features. And yeah, this, everybody, is where we're at, which is beautiful. It's a little bit windy because we're by the coast. Yeah, I mean, the glorious nature of this history, which is fantastic. So without further ado, I think we should just explore it. Come on. Well, welcome back everybody. This, to most of you, especially for me, doing so many coastal batteries over the many, many years, is going to look a little bit familiar to you, especially actually if most of you might be in Dover, you might have been to St Martin's Battery, where that's actually sort of semi-accessible. So, where are we? Well, we are in the magazine, of course. And obviously it's locked, so we're not going to sort of pretend that this is sort of anything special, but it does say 1904 up there. You can read that, everyone. Beautiful little bit of an inscription. And obviously this is where the artillery was, the shells were stored basically, and the idea was that they'd load them up to the quick fire, well, breech loading guns. I keep saying quick fire because there were some quick fires just around the corner like we said before. And then this is the lifting davit, which is used to lower the ammunition crates, could also be used as a backup to the shell cartridge host. So we've seen that. You can't really sort of see it, but in there, like a sort of like shelf that sort of would have been placed in. And this is obviously the lamp trimmer's room. The lamp trimmer was responsible for maintaining the emergency lamps candles in the magazine. And again, probably for most recent reference, we did St Martin's in Dover with Paul and Jensen. I know Soph wasn't there, but you've been to St Martin's because we've been, haven't we, together? St Martin's Battery in Dover. next to the military caves.
Yes.
Parked up. There we go. Thank you very much.
Yes.
She's
yes.
done so much. This is hard to tell. But on that one, that was exposed.
Yes.
So this is literally the same setup at St Martin's. For people in Kent, by the way, I'm trying to give a nice reference. Probably the other sort of references are probably similar design because they're built around the same time. Would be the Box Hill and Reigate emergency stores there where they were reused as well. Probably another nice little sort of example of the fact of you've got these sort of magazines that are very similar because they've got this design really, but you can tell it's in wonderful condition. Like I said, it was re-excavated and stuff, and you can see, look, this is what they're sort of referring to. You see this lifting. Can you see that? There's a little hook there. It's rare that you normally, well, especially where we've been to, it's rare that you sort of see that. So the idea is obviously you basically hook it round and try and go through. So amazing. Shall we head up to actually our gun? Let's do it. Come on. Well, hello everybody, fighting the light now because it is getting dark. Oh, there we are. Hi.
Windy.
Yeah, it's light though. We're looking through the camera. We want to make sure it's not too dark for all of you out there. We are battling the beautiful evening time. We're now on the accessible gun battery, essentially labelled as B2, I think was correct. Yeah. So again, if you've seen lots of coastal batteries, you will see this is familiar with your breech loading. The idea is that obviously you've got a chain pulley which is around here, which would have wrapped around the gun, and then there's our shell hoist, which is wonderful condition. If I can get the camera to sort of see that, I'm not sure you can see that. B2, there you go, shell hoist. And if we stand up, we can see what an incredible view this is. I'm assuming these notches meant markers for range, etc, etc. They're degrees, aren't they? Yeah. So there you go. 110, 120, going in increments of 10. So it starts at 100, and then this should end at what we're looking at 210, 220. I think that might be on that. Oh no, 210 that says on it. Yeah, sorry, 210 actually on that, because there's one that's scratched off. But look, if you look in the camera, it says 210 on that. So amazing. And then look at this. Oh, and that sun, everybody. That is incredible. We're not trying to rush this, are we? We're we're just concerned about the fact that it's the sun is here. But yeah, you can imagine these beautiful breech loading guns that would have come out, and obviously the idea was that, especially in their early ones, as you've probably seen before, they come out at an angle like that and then take fire. They sort of have this weird sort of elevation thing. They sort of stick out and then go out like that, and then they come back and then down. Hopefully I'm doing a good job of that. Hopefully, well, most of you know, don't you? And then in these we know that there are shell stores. So the idea is you bring your shell casings up to the top and place them in there so that you've already got shells ready to be placed, ready for firing. So the idea is you take them from the magazine, which is just sort of down there, you bring them up on your pulley system, and then yeah, like it says there, you can tell I've done a few of these before, ammunition lockers. So the idea is that you keep them in there. And then here is our wonderful condition of a cartridge hoist, which I don't think you can see too clearly in there, the reflections. Oh no, well done, so thank you very much. Hopefully you can see that. Now I've not normally seen something in that condition before, but brilliant. And then thank you very much for that. So, and if we look round, here's our wonderful chains which you would have held the gun in place, and then we've got our rivets, basically, or a holdfast, I suppose you could sort of say, to keep the gun in place. And then obviously as it's coming up and over, the idea is that it takes fire, and then depending on which breech loader we're talking about, the idea is then it comes out like this at an angle, takes shot, and then it will retract. But obviously, as we know, this actually was used up until World War II, and obviously seen many a mark, as I've sort of explained to you, as breech loading. So yeah, what do you think, Soph?
It is really cool.
It's really cool,
Those
isn't it?
bits in the windows are
Yeah,
amazing.
really cool, aren't they? Really cool. Let me just take you to this one I've just neglectfully sort of gone by.
Really?
But that's the cabling, for the electrical cabling, you see, that's in there.
It's crazy.
So that's remarkable because it shows, thank you so much again, Soph, that shows multiple phasing for what this was used for. Because originally, like I said, it was in the late 1800s. And yeah, like I said, if most of you have done, I'm fortunate enough that I've managed to do a lot of this. So, as you've probably seen on my channel, if you haven't, I'm sure if you type in coastal batteries or something similar, you will see a lot of them.
Monopoly.
And Sophie's obviously seen a few now.
Well, at least you
really
said,
jogging
like,
your memory now, isn't
this
it?
looks familiar.
Yeah. So the wonderful gun pit. I think if we walk around again, there's some ammunition lockers or shell casings, I suppose, situated all around here. The idea is you take them out, pass them to Soph, or take them around, really. Sometimes it would be like on a, depending on what type of thing, and you load them up and then that's it. And obviously where Sophie's standing now, she would have been at the butt end of the gun as it was sort of coming out, located, and that's it. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the view is amazing, isn't it? It really gives a full spectrum of like the idea of why this was used where it was, really, to protect it. And then like we said before, yeah, and then like I said, we've got some more over on the other side that's got, it's probably even more famous for its coastal batteries, because obviously you've got some more there, the castle, and you've got the gun batteries, and again in multiple different phases. The only other thing we've got to do is go down to the observation post, which is right down by the seafront, which is quite exciting to do. So we're going to take a look, we're going to take you with us, just have one more look round here. And I think we're pretty much, well, we're sort of done. Yeah, come on.
Oh, I said we wanted more.
Yes, right. Well, everybody, we're going to take you to the B1, which is overgrown, but we need to show you to put you in context of how the difference in being excavated and not. But before we say,
This is what it was
holy
protecting.
moly, that is an incredible view.
Right up the estuary.
Right up the estuary. So we are running out of light. And we need to do the observation post. So also part of the battery, which is the ancillary buildings and stuff, I think is being used as a bed and breakfast. No, well, what do you call it? What we were in?
B&B.
B&B. So that's literally around the corner. We'll probably take you to that just on the way back, sneakily, because it's by the car park. But this view, I mean, if you need proof. And then down there is St Anthony's Head Lighthouse, which you can see, which is amazing. You can actually see that in the camera, which I'm very grateful for. But look at this. Well, everybody, we're now genuinely fighting the light. We got a bit carried away taking lots of beautiful photos. Yeah. If you check out Soph's Instagram, which will be in the link below, you'll see some amazing footage of our Cornwall explores that we've been doing. Right, so we're now at B1. B1 is basically, you can see the outer ring of where the gun would have been placed. So obviously we're just going to call them BL guns for the moment, standing for breech loader, because obviously it did have multiple obviously it went through multiple different marks of those types of guns. Interesting enough, they are now toilets. Gents and men. Perfect. And obviously this is where that gun just about would have been coming out from, and having a look. And that is really just remarkable. So like I said, these two guns here just provide an incredible cover. And like I said, what a treat this is. So yeah. Again, hopefully this isn't coming out too rushed, everybody. We are fighting the light. As you can see, I'm growing ever darker in this wonderful evening light. So let's take a look at the final thing, which is observation post. Ready, Soph?
Let's go.
Let's do it. Oh, why? Well, everybody, we're filming as we're going towards the observation post now. A race against time, against the light. Literally is this, yeah. Luckily, we're staying around the corner at a place called Lavender Cottage.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. And we won't say too much because you'll be aware of everything we're doing, but we're spoiled. And we're really spoiled to do Cornwall. And as I've sort of said before, if you want to support the channel in any possible way, let us know, because we're broke. We definitely will be after what we're doing at the moment, but yeah, if you can support us in any way, that's always great, and we can obviously go further afield and take more wonderful historical videos for all of you. But what a treat just to do this so far anyway, isn't it? So
yeah,
I know you've loved it, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
Even for a coastal battery, yeah. And the views.
The views.
It's the views.
It's views at sunset, beautiful. Absolutely.
And we're now walking down to the observation post, and I think we're almost there now anyway. I'm not no, let's keep going. That's the bird hide. So we're going to try and take you a little bit further down. I don't normally do this. Is old school for me, this. Filming a lot of us walking and talking. Normally you get a lot of walking shots, but it's actually quite nice to see smiles. Smiles on our faces.
Just on holiday.
Absolutely.
We're on holiday, we're like,
we are on holiday.
Dinner.
Yeah.
Should we go out and just check this place out? And
yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
There we go. So we're coming up to observation post now. I'll carry on filming just a little bit for everybody. There we go. So this is the out part of it. And as we walk in, we will see what was being used to help guide the guns. So this is ditch and rampart, external defence and fortification. And then here we go, our BOP. I haven't seen that being called a BOP in ages. Do you know that as a reference? Yeah, battery observation post, short for, but it BOP. Yeah, I just call it battery observation post. Oh, and here we are, everyone. So you've got your position finders, your range finders. The twin searchlights, interesting enough, aren't here anymore. They have gone. I didn't mention that in the video, but obviously I'm now. Telephone lines, which get the observation post in touch, because obviously it needed power. Time flight indicator, a painted panorama, which provide a visual aid for identifying the geological position of enemy targets, and we know we're right by St Anthony's Lighthouse. And now, as you can see, it is a mere hollow shell, but what an interesting shell it is. We're going to walk outside and give you a classic case. It's kind of bizarre again, like I'm sort of saying this in a really unusual way, but this isn't our first rodeo to an observation post. It's just nice that National Trust have strangely labelled it a BOP, which I haven't abbreviated ever. I don't think.
It's cute.
Box, yeah. Amazing. What do you think?
It's really cool.
It's so cool. Accessible history that didn't cost us a penny.
No.
Well, apart from driving down here.
Yeah,
Us Kent folk coming all the way down to Cornwall.
Probably 8 hours.
Yeah. Okay. 8 hours. Let's just clarify this. It was 8 hours because we did multiple stops.
Oh, we did stop here.
But we were about 5 hours. No, it would be less than that.
It was 6
wasn't
hours.
Was it 6 hours?
Because we obviously stopped to get food.
Yeah, but if it wasn't.
No, if we did straight run, it would have been 6 hours.
No, it wouldn't have been less than that. I think.
No,
5
it
hours.
was just under 6.
Was it sitting blimey? There you go.
But
We'll be sharing driving duties.
Yeah, but it was straight through. There was no traffic. Except for at Stonehenge. Typical.
Just thought we'd like to share this with you that we're not local to the area, obviously we're from Kent. So if people from Cornwall are watching this video, hello.
Hi.
Thank you.
We're tourists.
We are tourists on this one. But yeah, look at this. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful observation post. Well everybody, we've made it to our final piece of history. Obviously we're outside the observation post now, obviously you saw us inside it. And then below us is the wonderful St Anthony's Lighthouse. Wonderful. Sophie's just confirming that with me because I just need to make absolutely sure. I'm generally getting too excited. And yeah, just got to watch my foot in here. Right on the edge. Wow. So again, there would have been a couple of searchlights emplacements here as well. And you can imagine them searchlights would have had an extremely long wide beam going across to obviously spot any enemy ships. And then like I said, behind it would have been covering some anti-aircraft, which I think were those quick fire Vickers, I think they were. And then there's our observation post. Amazing. It had it all. It covered all the phases as well, like we said before already, so I don't really want to repeat anything I've already just said in this video, but remarkable that's still here, remarkable that it gets put into context. And then for everybody with your ASMR, unfortunately you can't hear it, but the beautiful crashing of the waves by the rocks right by the lighthouse, or the former lighthouse at St Anthony's. It's truly a beautiful thing. Sophie,
yes,
if they can hear us, hopefully, final thoughts please.
It's great.
It's great, isn't it?
It is greght.
Yeah.
You can see why it was so important.
Yeah, you really can.
Like,
you really
this
can.
whole estuary. Yeah.
100%. Well look, any more words of Phoenix history, thank you so much for coming along with us. Thank you, Sophie.
You're welcome.
Photos provided by Sophie. Check out the Instagram below for Sophie as well. Take care everybody. Any more words of Phoenix history, because history matters. I think it really does on this one. Oh, it's getting a bit windy now. Take care everybody. We will of course see y'all very soon. Feel free to spread the word, channel. Much love to all of you out there. You ready?
Yeah.
Clap hands.